with drive who make the best team. Coco brings the fire, Coach cracks the jokes. Now they're dropping truth bombs for everyday folks. It's the Coach and Coco cast. Motivation made to last. Laugh, learn, lift your soul. Chasing purpose is the goal. Straight from momentum, still gaining steam.
But I also like to eat up some innings.
Well,
Get us those viewer hours.
maybe people want to chill and listen to the song.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And they got to get, you can't just hammer them right away.
Buttercup lit me up with hair.
How that happens.
That's a good
All right,
job.
hey. What up, everybody? Episode 3, Coach and Coco cast.
What up?
I am Coach Ryan, and this is the co-host, Chris Kokoris.
It's cracking.
What up? All right, so we'll start out like we start out with anything good. Sorry, TikTok, you don't get to see him because we're closer to the mic. Oh,
It's your TikTok, man.
but it's my TikTok. Okay. All right. So, you got anything good for the week?
Nah.
What were you
not
just
really.
doing at the Ren Fair?
We were just hanging out. Yeah, just going scoping out the rennies and the chaos. It was cool. I mean,
Huzzah!
yeah, it was fun. They changed locations, so that was a trip.
Okay.
You had to walk all the way through the campground just to get to the Ren Fair.
It's at the campground right over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it was cool. I mean, it was whatever. It was the Renaissance Fair. But yeah, otherwise, we're trying to get the program rocking. We are going to start doing group runs. So that's something that we really want to push for, get
Cool.
more people involved with.
Yeah.
So we're still working out times and everything that works with the high school schedule and everything. But that would be sick if anybody wants to get in on that. Just holler and then look for us, because I think what we're going to be trying to do, especially with all of us training for our fights that we got coming up, we're just trying to build, keep that energy up and just kind of get everybody out there running. And probably going to just smash down the highway. And so that should be fun.
Cool.
So right now we're working with 4:30 Mondays and Wednesdays. So we're starting with just a couple miles.
For the runs.
Yeah.
So email Coach and Coco cast. Find us on Instagram. We got a Coach and Coco cast Instagram now. You can hit up either me and his personal Instagrams. You can find us if you want to run, make it happen. And it's good because one of the things in today's thing has to do about staying physically active. So,
Perfect.
So for me, I got my good is also a bad.
Okay.
So I got these glasses on my shirt.
Okay.
Somebody left these at my house.
Okay.
No one has claimed them. And I put them on to see if I looked sophisticated. And I looked at paper, and it's hella clear now. Like, I can read so good.
So.
And so I need glasses for reading. I'm that old.
Damn, dude.
I know.
Oh yeah, these are pretty bad too.
It's a bummer. But
that is a bummer.
guess
dude,
what's the good news?
It makes it way.
It makes it blurry for you?
Yeah.
Dang it. So that's the bad news. Here's the good news. I got glasses that work.
There you go.
I need them, and they were there.
Are they?
I don't know.
These are super prescription.
No one has claimed them. I have asked everyone who was here.
Put them on again.
Okay, so how cool do I look? Oh, and there's 1.5 written in there. That gave me no clues.
That's probably like
The prescription number or something.
Yeah. I mean,
I look like the new my dad. Seriously.
Oh my god, dude, you do to the max.
Like I'm the new my dad.
Yep.
As
Dude,
if
you
I needed
just
to look
your
any
big-
smarter.
As soon as you said that, you look
I
so
know.
much like your pops.
Especially when I do this and I look up, like
Dude, you look so much like your dad.
pretend like you just made a dumb joke.
Yeah.
And I'll be him. I'm reading. Make a dumb joke. Pretend.
I don't know, dude.
I know. Just
Knock, knock.
no fake joke.
Yeah,
This doesn't matter.
he's there.
And then I'm looking at you like this.
Yeah, that's your dad. 1,000%.
That's my dad.
Yep.
Shout out my dad.
Shout out.
Made it all happen.
Yep.
Okay, and then next, so I like to cook, right? I like to barbecue, like to cook some steaks. I like to make veggies, and I'm pretty good. I'll say I'm good.
Okay.
But there's one thing I can never get right. Like the only thing that restaurants do better than me, in my opinion, is the bread. Like you go to a restaurant, they give you the basket of bread to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy meal, like that makes the price worth it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love the bread. But you can never like, you either have the bread in the plastic bag or you get it from the store and it's a little old, gets stale quick. You try to bake your own bread, it's a huge mess. It sucks.
Yeah.
Doesn't come out as good.
Right.
So the other day, I put out this great meal
Mhm.
and I hear the ice cream truck. Ding, 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 over
Okay.
here. Think of this, dude. Ice cream truck for bread.
Bread truck.
Bread truck that comes around, plays a little song. It's right around dinner time. You go out there, they
That's
give you a
pretty
little
good.
disposable basket.
Yeah.
Good song, like I don't
Yeah.
know, the bread song. And then you go
The
out there.
bread song.
You go
That's
out
pretty
there
good.
and
You could even get it like shaped like a bread.
like a big loaf of bread
Just
driving
throw it
around.
at people like newspapers.
Oh yeah, wrap it up and huck it out.
Yeah, they just catch it at their door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's the invention.
I like it.
Maybe have solar powered ovens in there or something.
Dude, that'd be money.
Yeah,
Bread guy?
bread guy.
Yeah, dude.
You know how fat I would get though? You know how they say don't get high on your own supply?
He just fucking-
I'd be covered in flour.
yeah, dude.
Just
Yeah.
munching.
I like it, man. It's a good
Okay.
idea.
So good bad is found glasses and they work. Good idea. Bread, ice cream truck for bread.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get into the meat of it now. Oh my God. The new my dad. This is ridiculous. He doesn't have cool pink hair though.
But you're like, if you're a Pokemon, you're like the second stage of whatever it is.
Like
What's it
Charizard or
called?
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I evolved.
You
I'm
evolved
my dad
once.
2.0.
Yeah.
Everything about me is the same as him, but better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite final form, but
Yeah,
you're
I
getting
read the
there.
pink is fading nicely. I agree. She was there day one when it happened. Look, little bleach action. All right, so I was going to schools a lot before I got taken out for a second, and we would watch Momentum. I would give a little talk, and I left most of the time open for questions.
Mhm.
And then also I was sending out these little questionnaires afterwards. Do you have a question for Coach and Coco, right? And the number one by a mile was some variation of what keeps you going. How do you keep going through the tough times, through the struggles? How are you motivated? Any version of that, right?
Yeah.
And A, I think it's important. B, because so many kids wanted to know, and it's kind of like our whole thing.
Right.
I wanted to get after that.
Let's
Right.
get it.
So,
Yeah.
and this
Right.
includes long-term challenges and short-term challenges.
Yep.
What I want to start with, first of all, great question. Anybody that asked that, quit touching me. Quit touching my
It's
legs.
too close. We gotta
Well,
make some money
I'm
and
too
expand
built.
this bad boy.
for the camera, so we have to be close, make it work. Anyway, sorry for the derail. It's a great question, and it is something that everyone always needs to know, because even though life is awesome, life also really
Sucks
comes
sometimes.
at you and sucks.
Yep.
I always think of it like this: mental toughness and overcoming challenges and not quitting is a muscle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like any other muscle.
Mm-hmm.
The more, if you want to get sweet like this, you got to pick up heavy stuff over and over. And sometimes your muscle gets sore and you don't want to pick up something heavy again, but you got to do it if you want to get, like I said, jacked, ripped, Hulk looking like this. So one of the things that I say, because it's a muscle like that and you need to constantly be building it up and using it, is that it gets stronger every time you're in a situation where you have to do it and where you push through.
Mm-hmm.
And it will get stronger and stronger. Nobody's technically born awesome at overcoming challenges. That's why you got a mom that holds you, and when you cry, she gives you milk, and when you're hungry, she gives you food. And then when you're a little older, that's why you got people around protecting you from yourself and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not just built with it, but everybody has it in them to try to survive, try to fight, and to get through the challenges. That's why there's 8.5 billion people on Earth.
Right.
Is because that's what we are inherited with.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote down about 8 things that I kind of put in my life that match this, that answer this question, and that help me get going. Number 1 for me is get a goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
I feel like one of the main problems people when they have a challenge is the fact that they're just kind of lost. They're just not aiming in any direction. And so whatever is incoming is hitting them.
Yep.
And they don't know what direction to go, so they just let it push them back.
I couldn't even imagine,
Right.
not having something to push through those mucky circumstances of life without having something to, keep you focused or whatever.
Yeah. So could you kind of I was going to ask you, I know you always have the combat sports goals and all of this stuff. Can you just kind of talk about some of the toughest times you've had and how the goal was your compass that aimed you towards it?
Yeah. I mean, since I was 17, 18, I always had something, I think we all have something. We all have talents and gifts hidden, deep inside us. We just got to find them. And I think a big part of it is leaning into what you actually enjoy doing and what you're good at, and I think it's too often when we're young, we stray away from those things because society or whatever tells us not to, or we can't. But at this day and age, it's you can do almost anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can make money doing almost anything. The world needs your passion and your talents or whatever. So for me, my North Star in the sky was fighting, but it could be anything for anybody. But I just think it's super important to have something for sure. It helps you to learn a lot about yourself. It helps you to have a mission when you're going through those hard times. But I think a big part of it is leaning into what you actually enjoy doing versus what the pressures in life and society and family and money and whatever else makes you feel like you should do.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be a temporary ride. You know? It's going to probably crash and burn, and then you're going to be sitting there in the same spot, trying to figure out what you actually want to do with your life. So, but that just takes some, self-reflection and whatnot.
I love it. And kind of to build off of that, the way you gain value for yourself is by getting awesome at something.
Yep.
You love something, you get awesome at it, that adds value to you. You don't go to the clinic of the person who's good at a million different things. You go to the clinic for the guy who's an expert.
Yeah.
You don't go to, you don't read the book of the guy who did a bunch of things pretty well.
Yeah.
Right? You go to the guy who is clearly changing people's lives with his message, or you read the book of the guy that won 150 fights, or the guy who rebuilt the car that you want to rebuild, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So when you're having a hard time, one of the best ways to get out of it, have a goal, and have a goal that makes you more valuable to society.
Yeah.
Because that will lift your spirit up. It'll increase your motivation. It'll increase your your self-positive image.
Yeah. And
self-esteem.
Absolutely. And be crazy about it.
Yeah.
Have crazy goals. That's everybody who ever did something great was because they thought they could do something that was probably insane to a lot of people.
Yeah, and they got obsessed with it.
And did it, whether it's getting a master's degree or, becoming a good athlete, professional athlete, whatever it is. You got to set crazy goals and then go after it. And for some reason, the world tries to box you in and make you feel like you can't. I don't know why that happens.
I think one of it is because other people can't profit off of you being obsessed with your mission and sacrificing things for it.
And sadly, small thinkers love to try and make you think the same way.
Yeah.
But then if you find yourself in the space of big thinkers, it can be overwhelming. But you'll see that there's people out there that are actually dreaming on another level than you are, or have reached the goals that you're trying to reach. And sometimes, for me, I've spent a lot of time in the space in between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a hard space to be because you're somewhere between feeling like you need to just settle and then somewhere that you want to reach that people are at. And it's uncomfortable because you have to, push yourself through to get from A to B.
Well, it's like what we talked about last week. So many people quit right before they would have had the breakthrough.
Right. Yeah.
And so that moment right there of doubt, overcoming that doubt is a muscle. Dude, this dog is trying to get in here.
What the heck, man?
These dogs can't.
Hey guys,
Stop it, Buttercup.
what are you doing? It's Buttercup of all people too.
It's because Buttercup's
Well,
used to being on the TikTok.
Yeah, he wants in here. I want to let him in, but
All right, so to kind of flow from that into the second thing is, for me, remember your why. And that's sort of a like cliche statement or whatever, but if you have a bigger reason than yourself, that will keep you focused on that goal rather than the obstacles. And especially if your why, you hear all the time people like, I was on drugs or I was an alcoholic until I had my son or daughter.
yeah,
And I realized I needed to clean up for them. Or like I for me personally, I was feeling low. I had put a lot of my self-worth into my physical abilities. Then I got cancer in my leg, had to have it amputated. And I was laying in the hospital thinking like, what is my value?
How old were you when that happened?
I was 17, about to be 18 when we first realized the cancer was in there. And then just before I turned 21 was when they finally amputated it after about 13 surgeries and some failed procedures and stuff. So,
wow.
And I was like, in high school, my main thing was making people laugh and kicking people's ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was like,
it's hard
dude,
to do both when you're in that
situation.
Like,
am I gonna be? Oh, thanks somebody for putting sunglasses on me there. So I was thinking a lot of like, am I gonna be riding in the wagon or still able to pull the wagon?
Right.
And my why became twofold. One, I realized I had gotten a second chance at life. There was another kid I met who had a similar thing to me, and it had progressed to a little further stage, and he didn't have the same resources to solve it.
Wow.
And within a few months of meeting him, he was gone.
Oh, wow.
He didn't make it. And it was like it was like I was practically looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so one of my whys was that dude didn't get the second chance that I have right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make the most of it. But that wasn't necessarily enough because that is just a why. That's just spraying bullets aimlessly, right? So I needed a target, and I didn't know what that target would be. I was just like, I got up and I was like, I'm going to see how far I can go on one leg. And I then got asked to be the assistant wrestling coach at the high school. And I immediately found that those kids' goals became a good filler for my goals at the time. And then I'm like, I'm going to focus on becoming the best coach possible for them.
Right.
And so that goal became become the best coach possible and get these guys to where they want to go. And
you stopped competing at that point?
I had basically resigned myself to the thought that I wasn't going to compete anymore.
Up until later on.
Until a little later on. So,
yeah.
So what was happening is I was just trying to rebuild.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like, these kids were motivated by seeing me work out and come in and help them despite I was a couple months out of having an amputation and I was already in the wrestling room helping them. And I was trying to relearn the sport alongside them.
What do you mean relearn it?
Like I used to keep my right foot forward.
As far as, I see what you mean.
I used to be able to stand up on 2 feet. I used to do a lot of throws. I had to relearn like
your whole game.
The whole game. And it was very valuable to me because for one thing, I was in the exact same position as those kids.
Right.
I didn't know anything hardly about what I was doing, and I didn't know where my body was and all of those things.
Right.
My brain still kind of thought I had a foot, so I would have to like think
compensate
through a position. Because once you get really good at a sport, you're doing things where you're not thinking.
Yeah.
I had to go back to thinking while I was doing it. It helped me become a lot better coach.
Right.
And then it became such a positive feedback loop. Coaching them motivated me because they were motivated by the fact that I was there. So it motivated me to get better, which motivated them to get better, which motivated me to get better. And it just kept building and building. And then when I finally set the goal of going back to college to wrestling, my brother and a couple other kids that had graduated were in college wrestling and they were back for summer. And I was just cleaning the mats with them.
Oh, wow.
And this other coach was like, hey, those are college wrestlers. There was this other dude from a Division II school that was working out with me that summer. He's like, those are guys that are doing what you would have been doing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're handling them. So
Yeah.
I went and gave it a shot
Sick.
and got back in but the whole time, my why, because guess what? Trying to be a college wrestler on one leg is challenging times.
Yeah.
It's manufactured challenge. It's not real life challenge, but it is a challenge. And my why was always the kids back at home.
I love it.
Right.
Yep.
So then to build off of that, when we're talking about advice people are getting or how the world sort of reacts, people tell you all the time, don't care what other people think. And it's very good advice in the sense of not letting people pull you down and not letting people like opinions of your appearance and that kind of stuff harm you. But I also think it's bad advice in a way because we're wired. We are wired to care what other people think all the way since you're in middle school or whatever. Like you always are caring what people think, and it's not something that you can. It's something that you can combat in a way, but also I find it to be a powerful tool.
Sure.
And it's like, why fight against a human nature instead of using it to propel us? And so, like for example, I care that the kids think that I'm a dedicated, loyal coach who cares about them.
Right.
So I demonstrate those qualities to them, and I do things that show that. Or like my old wrestling coach, I care that he thinks I'm a hard worker.
Right.
So when I am slacking, I'm like, if Coach Dave was here, would I be slacking right now?
Yeah.
No, because I want him to think I'm a hard worker. So I work hard when he's there. And one of the biggest whys for me is like, care the people that actually have your best interests at heart, care what they think, because that can help inform your decisions, and then you're not making it up.
Do you think that that's because people see something in you that you don't always see in yourself? Or like
100%.
Yeah.
You don't know how many times I've been coaching a kid who's really good, and they don't think they're good.
Right.
Dude,
this guy just wants in here so bad, bro. Like it's not gonna happen.
Stop it, dog.
Yeah.
We're getting derailed by bulldogs.
It's almost like he's jumping up and like opening the door. Maybe they're stacking on each other. So.
They must be. They must be figuring it out. So, so I got sidetracked a little, but the why was always those kids, and what I'm always trying to do is the people that actually have my best interests at heart, I'm working hard to prove to them that the things that I want them to see in me are true. And then the converse of that, when I see a kid who is very good and doesn't believe it, first of all, that's very relatable.
Yeah.
And if you're a coach who always sees the best in people, that can have a lifelong impact on them. And like you said, we don't see it in ourselves. We look at ourselves all the time and we can see the flaws and we know the flaws.
Yeah.
But if you use motivation, like the kids really like me because I really like them, and they then in turn perform better because they want to show me that they're the hardworking, tough guy that I want them to be.
Yeah.
Right. So rather than counter your internal thing of caring what people think, it can have a negative thing, but you can use it as a very extremely positive tool.
For sure.
Especially if you find people that are positive, which leads me
genuine.
And genuine, right?
Like they see you.
Yeah. And so like I really care what Coco thinks of me because of our coach role, our friendship role, and our tough guy on a mission role. So I
think you're but
you.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Dude. you love me so much. So the point is, if Coco and I are doing something together, I want him to think I'm organized, that I'm diligent, that I work hard, that I care about whatever I'm doing. So I work hard, I'm diligent, I care about what I'm doing when I'm doing something with him.
Yep.
And so it's a very good thing.
That too, because honestly, I depend on you a lot. Like, on some real shit. Like, you always are organized, you're prepared, and you are dependable. And like, hopefully, I don't take advantage of that too much. Like being late for an hour, like I was today.
No, you're good. It's a yin and yang.
Yeah, but
So
you always come prepared, and that's.
And it's because I care what people think, and because I want people to think that I'm that, so that when they need that, I'm a a source they can go to,
And
which leads me to number 3.
That's consistent, and
Lean
that's
on your
powerful.
support system.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so number 3 thing I did. Number 2, remember the why. And the why, if it's other people, that is the best, right? And when I was coming out of surgery, other people were my why. I had just lost my leg, and instead of focusing on that, I focused on who would benefit from me pushing through this, right? And you were doing the same thing, like when the high school kids were seeing you recover from that car wreck.
Yeah.
There's no way that didn't help push you a couple times. Like if stupid Nate or somebody is slacking, I'd be like, dude, Coco's not slacking, and he just got blown up in a wreck, dude.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
So then the next is lean on your support system. It is so tough to be a cool, tough bro and to admit that there's something you're dealing with that you need an extra set of hands or eyes or some kind words about.
Yep.
But it is out there. There is so many people that care about you, and people want to help somebody that's trying to help themselves.
Yep.
And people want to help somebody that's in a downtime. We can all relate to that. So kids, one of the things I noticed the kids, there's kids I knew very well that wrote horrible things that they were dealing with on this sheet
Crazy.
that we could have been solving, right?
For
and
sure.
we could have been that is a thing that we could have been doing together.
There's a lot of pain hidden behind a lot of people's smiles,
Right.
More often than not.
So lean on your support system. When you're having a hard time, there are people that care, and find people that care and have positive people in your life. They are out there. There's people doing the program like he's doing. There's coaches, there's teachers, there's so many people that sacrifice a big part of their life just to be available for specifically you. Right. And so
100%.
So when you're remembering your why, you can kind of match that in with having a support system that is also your why. Family members that you want to be a good example for, family members that you want to create a better life for, friends that you want to be in a good position to help when they need it. All of those things can really start creating a bubble around you where all the negative things just can't even get through it.
Yeah, and don't compare yourself too. That's like a big, because I know a lot of people struggle with that. And I've struggled with that too a lot in my life, especially when you're young. You cannot play the comparison game. Because we all got our own thing, like our strengths, our weaknesses, our flaws, or whatever. But all that self-judgment, that's you just trying to find identity in other things, other people. And it's just fake. It's literally manufactured thoughts. And it's just, you're going to trip yourself up because you got something inside of you that is so special and unique and needed. You just got to lean into who you are. And a lot of times, people will see in you what you don't see in yourself because you're too busy trying to find yourself in other things and other people. And that's why a lot of times, like he's saying, people like your team, they'll try and pull what they know you're capable of out of you because they truly see you for who you are.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to lean on those people and listen to them and use them as your why, because they might see you in a way that you don't always see yourself.
100%. Yeah, that's perfect. And a lot of times when we're worried about what other people are thinking about us, guess what they're thinking? What is he thinking about me?
Yeah.
And it's wasted. Everyone is wasting that
Everybody
energy.
leaves a conversation worried about what they just said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
For me, I always wonder if I listened enough instead of just trying to get my jokes off. 3.
To be fair, I think
Probably
more jokes is good.
Okay, more jokes is good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for giving me so much ammo then. Thank you for being such an easy target then to help you with your goal of having more jokes.
I didn't mean directed towards me, but
Number 4. We were just talking about this at the beginning about the running. Stay physically active. I think one of the main things, I saw a super old guy in the gym one time, and he just gave me the advice, never stop lifting. He was all buff still. And I'm like, how are you still pumping that? And he's like, I just never stopped.
Moss doesn't grow on a rolling stone.
Exactly.
Keep it moving.
Just keep it going. And also, there's just so many mental benefits to physical exercise. One of the hardest things for this challenge I'm having right now is I literally cannot get my body moving, right? My heart's messing up and stuff. But even still, I'm finding a way to take take the dogs for a walk or do yard work or have tactile things that I'm doing.
Yep.
And I just find that to be one of the most important things. And when you're in the middle of a really challenging time, especially when it's extended, if you can run every day or lift every day or go train, it's incredible how much of the anxiety that you feel from those things gets pushed out
For sure.
during the activity.
Yep.
And then you're a lot more calm, your mind is a lot more calm, and you're ready to actually face the problem in a much more mellow state.
Yeah.
And it helps. I just cannot even express
Yeah.
enough how much just going and
Just
punching
doing
a
it.
bag or beating a guy up or whatever.
And like something I heard recently that I used to hate when I would hear this, but people always talk about like discipline over motivation.
Yeah.
I hated that until as of like recently I started really going through some shit and I had so much going on that I realized like, oh, I have to discipline. I just have to do these things regardless of how I feel. I heard a quote the other day. It was those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. And so like it's kind of cool. Like anytime you're feeling, you don't always need to be motivated. Motivation is hard, but like sometimes you have to create a space that you can get motivated, as in discipline yourself to do the thing regardless of how you feel, and then lean into your whys and like your songs or whatever it is you got to tap into to find that motivation. But you're not always going to feel good, but getting up, getting yourself out there and doing those things regardless is it's what's going to kind of pull you forward, like, when you're going through it.
We're going to loop to 7. That was 4, stay physically active, but he just triggered number 7, which should be higher on the list. This list is not in order of importance. Positive routine. Perfect. Sticking to a routine, even when you don't feel like it, keeps you stable.
Yeah.
In other words, what he just exactly said, right? Like, I am a big fan of habit stacking.
Yeah.
And one of the things, like, I was noticing every morning I was just getting up and snagging my phone first.
Yeah.
So I moved my phone away, and my goal is grab the glass of water first, put my leg on first, which none of you guys have to worry about, but get my leg on right away so I'm not, like, just sitting around saying I don't got my leg so I don't got to do it.
Gotcha.
And then slapping my push-ups out before I grab the phone. And this is a very simple thing. This is something that you can just do to change. And I find myself in a much better mindset immediately with in a short period of time, very few days in a row of doing that.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a habit where, I do that every morning. My body's ready to go on that.
Yeah.
Just like a dog that gets let out at the same time every morning or whatever.
Yep.
It just becomes Pavlovian response. Automatic. And so a positive routine includes just stacking little habits and having habits that you do that push you forward and don't take you back.
Yep.
And then when it's chaotic, everything is chaos around you. There's problems. You're getting hit with a bill you didn't expect. You're getting a relationship problem you didn't expect. You're getting like a sick loved one, whatever that is. All right, well, let me pump through my things that I have to do.
Yep.
And then I'll solve that. And then you feel like I'm at least in control of this segment. And it's incredibly powerful tool to use in that chaos because it narrows the chaos to being in one specific area. And you can compartmentalize it and come up with a solution for any of that. And it just keeps you stable.
Absolutely. And especially if you're doing things that contribute to your goals and your happiness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then you can lean on that routine no matter how you're feeling or no matter how shitty your previous day was. Like, man, this sucked, that sucked, whatever happened to me, but tomorrow I get to wake up and I get to do the things that I know are going to make me a better person and make me happy,
Exactly.
So it's super important. I've been reading my thing over this last year, I read every morning. And that helps me tremendously. I mean, and
that's a perfect one.
Yeah, and I'll set a goal. Either it's minimum 30 minutes to an hour and a half, but it's hard because routines you really got to build in.
Yeah,
you got to do them consistently to get to a point where. But I've gotten to the point personally now with reading where it's automatic, and I love it because it makes me feel good, and it's just what I do every single morning.
Yeah.
So little things too. Don't underestimate the little things.
Yeah, celebrate small victories. And especially if you wake up and you don't want to read and you hit those pages, seems
Yeah.
like a lot of those days are the days where whatever you read hits you
100%.
hardest too.
100%.
Okay, so it's like you have ESP, or you cheated and looked at the sheet, because number 5, keep learning.
There we go, man.
So when I'm having a long-term challenging time, now this sounds reductive and sort of cliche, but like it's an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm going to learn how to deal with this specific problem. And I'm going to then have something that I can share for how to get through it. So it adds both what up, John? It adds both a why and is also something where you can look now at your problem, not necessarily as it's like when you're in school and they give you a word problem or whatever. Yeah, that sucks and you don't want to do it. But then you do kind of find out how many apples she had, you know what I mean? And how to figure out how many apples she had or whatever. Right. And for me, it really is a great way to shift my mind from this is a problem that sucks to this is a good chance for me to figure out how to solve problems like this. And because I'm human, I know that other people are probably going to be dealing with something very similar to this at some point.
Right.
And it will both give me a way to relate to them and a story that we can share. And I'll say, hey, this worked for me. This is how I got out of it.
Yeah, that's huge.
So always be learning,
read
good things. There's so many books. I mean, books seem ancient right now, but there's so many good books about every single thing that you can be doing.
It's like free. It's like schooling, man.
Yeah, for free.
For free.
With no loans.
With no loans. And you do whatever you want.
And books are practically free now. And I got some good ones too if you want.
Yeah, for sure.
So it also, when we're talking about routine, and you were talking about discipline, another thing that I wrote down, and it's a little less specific, but control what you can control.
Huge.
Is so massive, and you hear every high-level coach or whatever say something along those lines, but there's aspects of life that you cannot control. There's accidents, there's chaos, outside your door. There could be a wreck right there or whatever.
Yep.
You cannot control that. You cannot control other people's actions for the most part. You cannot control how somebody else behaves around you or any of those things that cause us stress in our lives.
Yep.
But you can definitely control how you react to whatever situation it is. You can definitely control how you've built your life to get ready for those things to happen.
That's huge for sure.
And that's what is very massive to me. You'll hear me all the time say, the reason why I coach wrestling and what we're doing in there is not to win wrestling matches. We're having good times right now. We are in a position where we get to do a sport. Yep. We have all of our needs essentially provided for or available. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing is we are putting ourselves in a stressful, difficult situation so that we're prepared for the challenge. Yeah. And we can control what we do when times are good, especially when times are good.
Yep.
We can control that, and we can create someone who's very capable and prepared for a challenge that's ahead. And so put yourself in simulated problems when things are good.
Yeah.
And solve them and control that, have it in a controlled environment. It's like scientists they'll do a test in a very controlled environment and eliminate all the variables so that they can find out what happens in this specific thing.
Yep.
You can do that with your own life.
And just do it. And don't make it a big deal.
Yeah, just do it.
Because people too often are like, oh, but then I'm like accepting or like, projecting problems in my life. Just do it. Because what's the alternative? You're going to sit at home and be soft, and like life is not easy, Right. But when I got into that accident, one thing that nailed me after that I was trying to make sense of for the longest time is I felt like I literally had prepared for it, like in all aspects. Like I felt like I had prepared fit. If I wasn't physically fit and mentally equipped with what I needed to survive those moments, I think I would have been gone for sure.
Yeah.
But I was able to like take the hit because I had been obviously in such good physical shape, bounce back being in that kind of physical shape, and then be so calm in those critical moments when I was bleeding out.
Yeah.
And so that when I was reflecting on it, like, and I believe in God and religion and all, or not religion, but God and like higher power and everything. And I think that played a huge part in it, absolutely. But I know for a fact that because how I felt after was like, damn, I just prepared in every way to be able to take this hit and survive it and bounce back from it.
Well, it's like,
It's
what's a
powerful,
car
man.
crash going to do to you after I've taken your candy ass down 500 times?
Yeah,
It's a lot more
exactly.
powerful than a friggin' truck. Yeah.
It's like 100 different car crashes.
Yeah, it's like you've been in thousands of wrecks, way
Yeah,
worse
it's
than that.
more like a bulldozer.
Right before you left town, I freaking slammed your candy ass
I
in the
don't know
wall.
about that, but
Yeah,
it might have. I think I got
it
it.
happened.
I've had my moments too.
You've had your moments when I let you have them
Yeah,
as a like little carrot to keep you going
I don't know.
when you
about
weren't
that.
prepared with this list. No, but
I get you
in
out now,
seriousness, I do kick his ass all the time. But in seriousness, what he said is true. Prepared, be prepared. You can control that. You can control how prepared you are for something, and when you control what you can control, it's just like the having good habits and all of that stuff. It all works together. It just keeps you stable, and being stable means you're not flipping over and drowning. You're
Yeah.
staying steady through the waves.
Yeah, and make it fun. Everything doesn't have to be hard and suck.
Yeah.
But I've learned to love almost everything I do, and I do a lot of hard shit during the day and like it light in life. But I love it.
And they say embrace the grind.
Yeah.
And it's a cliche, but it's also, yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you really want? You know, people that don't do hard shit in their life end up like being in a state of discontent because they're like seeking that.
Yeah. And,
and then it's too hard, but it's like, no, just lean into it. It's going to be hard. That's what makes it fun too at the end of the day. Like having a hard purpose, having a hard life, having hard tasks to get after, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, your purpose, like that makes a dope life. If you can have all those things firing at once, it's fun. And you actually enjoy waking up in the morning. Even though you got a lot like of hard work to do,
Yeah, exactly. And so sort of to say off of that, when you are at a huge fight and you're the headline or you're on the card and the marquee and they're advertising you and all of that, like I don't remember Tuesday night in the gym on the exercise bike sweating after practice.
Right.
I don't remember drilling 500 double legs, but I do remember hitting a double leg in front of everyone I know with the lights shining and then getting interviewed afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to set yourself up to have, and those are the moments you hang on to and you're like, yeah, I've actually had a pretty sweet
You're talking
run
about
here.
when you win.
I'm just talking about in general,
Yeah.
the memorable moments, the nights that we remember, the nights that add value to our life that we can reflect on. It was all these weeknights in the gym that we were sweating that sucked.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's 50 times where I had just gotten done coaching high school practice, and then I'm like, I got to go train.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to. I wanted to go have dinner and
yeah,
watch some TV, but I switched my clothes and went in there and got smushed by some huge dude or hit the bag or rode the bike or whatever. And what that leads to is greatness. And that leads to your picture on the marquee in front of Mont Blue. And
being
that leads
somebody people can't be, doing things people can't do.
Right. And
it's a tough fucking process though.
And it really, people think, and Instagram makes you think, and TikTok that happens like that because you say you want it, right? Yeah. And what it is you controlled what you could control. You had a why. You had reasons. You had challenges that you overcame. You made sacrifices that other people wouldn't make. Yep. And then that leads to that valuable, huge, memorable moment.
Yeah.
And
more importantly, being somebody and then being a beacon of light for others. Like, do you want to be a follower or do you want to be a leader?
Yeah. And so like when you're having a very tough time and things are stacking against you, you have that thought in your head, right? Like, do I want to be a guy who lets this crumble me and then I'm just the same as everyone else? Or do I want to be the guy who this happens to just like everyone else and I'm an example of how to overcome it?
Yeah, right? 100%. Yeah. And it takes a lot. I think, I always did great things and made sacrifices. I was a fighter and I accomplished a lot. But when I started training internationally, shit changed. Like the grind changed. It became so much harder and more real and like not so much fun.
Yeah.
And took so much more sacrifice, but it paid off in such more like extreme, like, amazing ways. And like the way I always see it is like, what can you come home with? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to come back empty-handed? Are you going to come back saying that you half-assed, that you got just a little bit of this or that, whatever? Are you going to come back like ready to like help and like feed the village and like tell stories and like, you know, inspire the kids?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's why find your why is top of the list. And then last thing, all of this ties back into one of the things when kids ask me this question of what keeps you going in the challenging times is visualizing your success.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
instead of picturing what's happening right now and it being the problem, I pictured, like, for example, I had a match at 205 and I was like 255 at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I dieted and exercised and worked and cut to get to 205 to make that thing happen. And when I was like trying to stay motivated for that,
Uh-huh.
I pictured a victory pizza party afterwards.
Nice.
I wasn't even necessarily picturing the actual match. That was closer to it,
Mm-hmm.
picturing what techniques you're going to do. But
Yeah.
my picture of success, my going to my happy place kind of thing, was smiling and laughing at the pizza place afterwards and smashing the pizza.
Yep.
And so
You
visualizing,
got to get over that mountain first.
right? And it's like I'm visualizing the post fight party as an example of all of these sacrifices are going to make that the most delicious bite of pizza and the most fun time with the people that cared, right? And so visualizing your success allows you, instead of laying in bed picturing what's the worst that can happen here,
Yeah.
I'm laying in bed picturing everyone's smiling faces, pass me that pitcher, pass me that slice,
Yep.
and having a good time. And I find that to be, I put it at the end of the list, even though it could technically be the first most important thing, but just because I want to leave anybody who's sticking it out here with that thing is like, I feel like maybe the most reason for anything positive that's happened to me is that I put my downtime energy into picturing the successful version of whatever I'm working on. And I picture myself getting my hand raised, and I picture myself like having the thing that I wanted because of it, or being the person that I'm creating.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, that's great, man.
if you can't visualize it, it's very difficult to make yourself into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got to picture the person I want to be. I got to picture the after party I want to have. I want to picture the guy getting his hand raised, so that every single time I have doubts or I have fears or I have
That's like your anchor.
that's my anchor. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, picture this. Would you rather have that moment, or would you rather be the guy who tells everyone, oh, I would have done it, but the coach didn't like me, or I would have done it, but I got hurt, or I would have done it, but then the thing fell through, or
And
whatever.
remember, doubt creeps in with all of us. So don't be ashamed
100%.
if that happens.
Yeah.
But let it creep in and creep out, you know?
And countering doubt becomes like a habit and a strength that you can build.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we all doubt. I just a specific example. Sometimes I doubt if I can hop around on one leg and not get tossed onto my ass and taken out right away, especially when I really didn't know anything about jiu-jitsu and I was taking on higher belts and experienced guys. Yes, I had imposter syndrome. Yes, I had doubts, but I always just think, what story about myself would I rather be telling
Yeah.
soon? I overcame that, and I womped on a black belt when I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Or would I rather think I told everyone that I had to back out because I couldn't get ready for it or whatever, and just countering those things.
Yep.
What's the worst that could happen? You go out there and lose? Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You can rebuild from that.
Yeah.
So
that
if I push for my vision, best that can happen is the vision I'm envisioning.
Yeah.
Worst that can happen is I don't get it and I got to do the next thing.
Yeah.
Same exact thing happens if I find a way to let the doubt prevent me from going.
Use every opportunity every scenario as an opportunity to be the hero to your own movie. And if you just do that in your life, you'll be fine.
If you just do that, you'll get a movie made about you. Like
exactly. Like I didn't, dude. I grew up like loving every underdog story movie. Like that was my thing growing up, and like everything from like the kid, the fighter or whatever, like the kid who like couldn't get the girl at the dance or like whatever it was. But if you look back, like all these great movies, I don't know that I watched growing up, kind of like my generation, it was a lot of it was about the underdogs that like came out on top. They were counted out because whatever, their family, they didn't have the money, they like experienced loss or whatever happened in their life that set them back. And that was the theme, is that they figured out a way to come out on top. Like every great story, every great movie, every great plot is an underdog that found their way to come out on top. And so if you're going through shit, that's your opportunity.
Yeah.
Like figure out how to turn it into a win, and like what does your movie look like, and what would the hero do, and like be that guy or girl.
Make your story worth telling.
Yeah.
They don't make the movie about Bob who had good credit, lived in an apartment, and ate TV dinners, right? And like, yeah, every movie, every single movie pretty much is about that.
Yeah.
Even chick movies about the dude that we don't think is going to get with her does.
Yeah.
Even The Notebook.
Even Taylor Swift, man, that's what all her songs are about. And look at her.
Look at her. She's cool.
She's killing it.
Even though me and her are fighting right now.
Why?
Well, I don't like the Chiefs at all.
Yeah,
and like, I thought we had a thing going because I had the CD in the van and we would listen to it at wrestling trips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she just completely went behind my back and stabbed it.
Just by dating, dude.
I thought she was gonna discover me, and then we were gonna have like a hot 3-month thing, and then break up, and then her song that she writes about me was gonna be the greatest song that she ever wrote.
You do kind of seem like her type.
I know.
If
and I would treat her really badly so that her song could be sick.
So
I would be the worst boyfriend for her, and she doesn't even realize. I would give her everything she wanted.
Just all the ammo.
Yeah, dude, I would just be terrible just for her.
Yeah, and she would. Too.
And she like just completely turned her back on that opportunity. So
that sucks, man.
I know. Her loss.
God forbid she goes for.
Cool. Hope your new album's good. It could have been great.
Yeah.
You could have visualized. This success.
For a millionaire, football player, she could have had the fucking. High school football. She could have high school wrestling coach.
High school wrestling coach. Yeah. She could have hopped on the back of the scooter, been cruising around. No one would even.
Blew it, dude.
Yeah, she blew it.
We could have had her on our podcast.
Yeah, she could have been on here, announced her new album on here. Yeah, could have had her talk about politics with us.
Dude.
All right, so
her loss.
Kind of a recap, and then one last little thing. When you're having challenges, short term and long term, and also this is short term, like when you're in a fight and you're getting worked, these habits that you built help you push through to the end of the fight. Like on Saturday, Dricus Duplessis got absolutely manhandled for the entire fight, and there was a minute left, and he got on top and had a chance to win it.
I turned it off before that happened. Is that what happened?
That's crazy. So he reversed.
He actually got on top.
He reversed the position, and he had a choke.
Wow.
He had a choke almost locked in.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And was on top to finish that fight after.
That's pretty cool.
40 minutes of getting
demolished.
Like unbelievable. Yeah. Like one of the worst.
He's got a crazy mindset. He's got one of those you can never count him out.
And that's because he does this. And I actually listened to a podcast with him earlier in the week where he had a rough upbringing and he just wanted to get himself out of it. And then that was his why originally. And then his why became to prove that somebody from his spot could be the best in the world.
The stronger your why, the stronger of a force of nature you'll be. Like it gets you through the hard moments, and it becomes the deciding factor, like who's going to come out on top. I mean, for fighting at least, like I've been there.
But for anything, dude.
Short and long term. Yeah, for anything.
It can be a test. It can be a fight. It can be
a
tough shift at your job. It can be a tough thing. So find a goal. Focus on that. Remember your why. Have a big why and use it. Lean on your support system. There's plenty of people. And if you can't find one, me and Coco are always available. Find us. We'll help you. Stay physically active. Oh, I got to do this puzzle. Hold on. Oh, shit.
That's messed up. Makes you do that mid-podcast.
I know. And I'm bad at it.
Dang, dude. It's like you got 5
minutes. What's my why? My why is you guys out there. There we go. Okay. Lean on your support system, even though my support system didn't help me with that puzzle just then. You kind of just bagged me during it instead of
I
going.
mean, if we both went for it,
You
it
ruined
would
up
have been even
number.
worse.
I know, but you could have cheered me on.
I believe in you, man.
All right. Keep learning. Always be learning. Learn how to do that puzzle on TikTok. Control what you can control. Have a positive routine that you stick to. And most importantly, visualize your success. Visualize all of these things. And then I just want to add and reiterate and constantly reiterate, it's not something you're born with, man. It is in you. Everyone has it, but it's not a skill that you automatically have. And so don't be ashamed if until this point you've been letting chaos rule you. It's now that you can start lifting that weight and strengthening that muscle and making it a habit.
Not being born with it is better.
Yeah, exactly.
It's better.
Then you have to develop it, and then it's
Yeah.
something that you own.
Yeah.
It's not given to you, and you can appreciate it. And I really appreciate all of the training I did to get ready to deal with tough stuff and not having the tough stuff avalanche me.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And so I want to leave with one last little thing is the last thing that just constantly keeps me going is focusing on the positive things. The study has been done multiple times, and I kind of butcher the stats when I do it, but the very specific example of this experiment that hits me the most, they had runners, long distance, high level athletes. They ran a race, and afterwards they polled the runners one question: do you think the wind was in your face during the race or at your back during the race? And out of the top, however many finishers, I think it was 20, almost every single one of them said the wind was at their back.
The ones that won.
The ones that won.
Yeah.
The ones that finished high, ran fast times. Then they polled everybody. And then like the next 80 or so people, they polled them and said, do you think the wind was in your face or at your back?
Yeah.
Almost every single one of them that had a bad time said the wind was in their face.
Yeah.
In actuality, it was a crosswind. So almost the entire race, nobody had the wind in their face or at their back.
So it was just
But the people that believed that wind was at their back and that they were pushing forward ran better times.
Yeah.
The people that believed the wind was in their face ran worse times. And neither group was true, but the ones that focused on their tailwinds instead of their headwinds got farther. And so any good thing you have in your life that is helping push you, focus on that and believe it. Whether it's true or not doesn't seem to matter. It's just if you believe that things are pushing you and you focus on those things that are pushing you, you get pushed and you'll go farther. So
Beautiful.
all of those
Love that.
little skills included with the last gem of focus on your tailwinds, and that'll push you.
Perfect.
All right. We're hitting it. We're hitting the song. Another good podcast. We are good at this.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, you need 10. They're like, you need 10 till you get good. Yeah, maybe humans, not gods amongst men, not icons.
And that's hours screaming by too.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's fun.
because we're good. Next
Good
week,
shit, man.
I forgot I had the second most popular question for next week. I'll hit you with it earlier. This takes a little while to upload, I found, so I'll send you the link later tonight. Because it pulls it off of this live stream and it like buffers it or something. Takes a while. All right, TikTok, thank you. See how many likes you guys gave us. Who's left? Dirty Bong Water is left. Nice.
Oh, I saw Squid. Should we say hi?
Squid was on there?
No, I saw him last
Oh, you
night.
saw real life
Yeah,
Squid.
he's huge, dude.
He grew like crazy.
Yes, you can tell he's doing good.
He's giant Squid now.
Yeah, I told him that I would tell you.
Nice. Cool. I love
He's
Squid.
like in college now.
Yeah.
It's cool. Sick, dude.
Squid. One time Squid beat a girl and fist pump. Because that dude didn't win a lot, right? And he also, if he did win, never celebrated. He was like very straight.
I could see
So he beat a girl and he fist pumped like that. And I knew exactly what he was feeling. Like, that's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
Girl beats you, you lost to a
Like,
girl,
he
you
just-
beat a girl, who cares,
He
right?
just went like this.
He went like that, and we exaggerated how he celebrated. Every time I see him, the celebration gets bigger and bigger. And it's so great because it bothers him so much. He's like, no,
Yes.
he's like, he just did that.
He just
And it was
so
like
real
low.
subtle.
Super subtle. Barely a celebration.
What a nerd, dude.
Yeah. It's the best. All right. Love you guys later.
Later.
Look like my dad.